I just finished Silent Hill 2 Remake, and this experience left me confused. The original Silent Hill is still one of the best games in my eyes, but why didn't this remake live up to my high expectations? Now, before I begin this detailed analysis, we need to look at my history with Silent Hill 2. When the original game was released, I was a teenager, and no other game had philosophical ideas or deep insights into the human psyche. Loss, acceptance, and redemption were at the heart of it, and it was also the beginning of my own struggles with mental illness and clinical depression. Believe it or not, Silent Hill was one of the reasons I was able to understand and accept what I was going through. How much can a person fall and punish themselves, even when they have the ability to forgive themselves and stop the self-punishment? The original game had several issues with gameplay, especially combat, but those could be forgiven in light of the excellent story, atmosphere, and well-crafted puzzles. I don't think the remake was bad. In fact, I believe it's better than some games in the series. I think it's better than the third and fourth installments, and definitely better than the American-developed games. But in the end, compared to the original, it was disappointing in several aspects. I tried to love the game and make excuses for it, like the garden section with Maria. For me, it didn't seem fitting for Silent Hill's atmosphere, but I interpreted it as something they added to help new players understand the backstory, especially since it was somewhat vague in the original game. I also understood the new puzzles as a way to create a fresh experience for both new and returning players. However, when I got to the hospital section, I no longer wanted to make any excuses. The gameplay loop became clear to me, and I understood the way the developers wanted the player to progress. You enter a new area, there's a save point nearby, and most likely a map. You uncover the main puzzle for that area, which usually requires 2 or 3 pieces scattered throughout the area. You may find smaller puzzles that give you those pieces. And that's it. Some puzzles didn't make any sense at all, like the box lock puzzle. I spent almost 3 hours trying to solve it before I gave up and looked up the solution, which turned out to be some code from a madman's scribbles. It was frustrating and illogical. What I want to say is that the developers chose to structure the game in predictable stages. Meaning, once you get this piece, you know you've finished that area, and now you'll move to the next one, solve the small puzzle, and get the next piece. There's no room for surprises, everything is expected. The original game structure was completely different, more open to exploration and discovery. This predictability was one of the major flaws that deeply disappointed me. The excuses I was making turned into curses and anger. And that's not all. There are also serious issues with the character models. Eddie's face doesn't match his body, and that's not all. There are also serious issues with the character models. Eddie's face doesn't match his body, and also Angela's face looks too round while her body is very slim. Sometimes, the game forces you into small spaces with one or more monsters, leaving no room for maneuvering, and for no reason at all. Some areas are made unnecessarily tight, like the streets after the hospital leading to the park. Good luck avoiding damage while opening the map to find your way through these narrow, monster-filled streets. In any case, Silent Hill 2 Remake is a good game filled with frustrating flaws, and I think it could have been better if they had stuck to the original formula. With a broken heart, I give Silent Hill 2 Remake a 7 out of 10.